Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We just got done filming like 7 videos for you, and for all of them, my camera was upside down, so sorry if we look the wrong way. So that to say, we're gonna have some content for you finally. I know I've been a little behind in life in general. So today, he's just sitting here for moral support, and y'all haven't seen him in a while, so his hair's longer, his beard's longer.
Who is this guy?
We matched, not on purpose, but it is what it is. This is when we had time to just sit and film. Today's video, I'm going to go over my top 20 sales from January, and I'm also going to share with you my 5 worst sales, because I feel like, 5 worst as in 5 lowest. They might not necessarily be my lowest profit, but we're going to jump in. I'm going to put my, I need to answer your phone. I'm going to cover up this beautiful face though to show you my actual sold listing. All right, let's jump in. I'm going to tell you how much or what the item is, where I got it, and how much I paid for it, because sometimes I feel like people say, oh, this sold for $300. Spoiler, my January sales were not that fabulous.
Have you ever had a $300 sale?
Yes,
oh,
but
cool.
But then what they don't tell you is they paid $250 for the item, you know?
Right.
So, all right, first up, this was a fast sale. A Cotopaxi vest I picked up at Style Encore. $14 was my trade-in, and it sold on eBay for $96.25. Yay, that was a really great sale. Awesome. Super fast flip. It had interested people on all platforms. It was a women's large, so that definitely helped. We don't, that's the first time I've ever found that brand here. You know, being in Florida, we don't typically find that. All right, this Free People cable knit poncho. This is an item that I had in my death pile, sitting in the garage for probably 2 years. It was a huge sweater thing.
And it sold like that.
Sold like that on Mercari for $95. So
it just shows you do know what you're doing.
Yes, which is it's very motivational. Yeah. You guys will have seen it, but it's also frustrating. Like, I knew this was going to be worth selling. Why didn't I just sell it? And it didn't we all have faults. It didn't have a size tag. Also, so wow. All right, Spanx jeans, y'all. They sell. These were also a pickup from Style Encore, just a trade with bin stuff or my death pile stuff. They had them priced at $14. I do still record that. They sold on eBay. Look, y'all, in my top 20, you're gonna hear eBay a lot. Like, I have finally done it.
You were really nervous.
I was.
And look for
listen, I do have 1 negative feedback, and so I only have a 97% score.
So the one I know about, the guy?
Yes. Listen, who ended up saying, I love them, I'm gonna keep them.
Just saying, there's people in the world we'll all just agree.
Nothing was gonna make him happy.
They have all screws or something. You can't reason.
But I have to wait for a whole year for it to drop off.
I was trying to talk her off a cliff, y'all, because I would read the messages, and I know I'm biased, but I agree. Like, the guy, he was not sound in mind.
Okay.
There was an issue there.
Anyway, these Spanx jeans sold for $73 on eBay. And the price on eBay, I'm telling you, is plus shipping. Like, I separate out my shipping, but the price I tell you, because it might be different, maybe I took an offer or whatever, is with shipping. Because sometimes I don't charge enough, sometimes I overcharge, and it just all works itself out. All right, the next one, Livy and Luca, a kids shoe brand, made the top 20. Okay. These I picked up at Once Upon a Child. And I don't need to say, if it came from Once Upon a Child, Plato's, Style Encore, just know that I have taken items to trade. So I never actually paid that much out of pocket, but it would still be worth it. So these I had $6 into, sold on eBay for $40.
On eBay.
I know. Great kids shoe brands. They hold up. You can pass them down between kids. They're made of real leather. They're wide toe boxes, so they're good for little baby feet as they're learning to walk and all of that. We owned a lot of them. Mm-hmm. All right, this Michael Kors black packable down jacket came in a thread-up box. Also something that came out of the death pile. But I did, for that particular one, I used to record my cost of goods for those boxes like $1.32 or whatever. I would take however many pieces came total and divide. This one I got smart. I'm like, no, because I donate a bunch of that crap. Or take it to buy, sell, trade, or whatever. For this one, I divided my cost of goods out based solely on the items I listed. Yes.
Yeah.
So
that does make more sense.
I had $5.35 then into this jacket. It sold on Poshmark for $38. And if this is the one I'm thinking of, it had a patch on it that I don't even know if it came stock on there. But all right, this is the brand Angie. Not something I pick up. Very cute. Instead of taking it to Plato's, I decided to list it. Came out of a thread-up 200-pound bulk box. Sold on eBay for $37.38. So as you can see, I had a couple over $70 sales. The rest of these are very much in that $30, $20 to $30, but that's my bread and butter. This Chico's black jacket with a fur collar came from the bins. I had 65 cents into it. The bins is hard. I do just divide how many items instead of weighing each item. Obviously this weighed more than say a kid's piece, but sold for $37 on guess where?
eBay?
eBay. Without eBay, my January would have been the worst month I've ever had reselling.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it already pretty much was.
And flow, right, for all your platforms.
Well, Poshmark is dead right now. Like, it really is.
But it could come back, that's what I'm saying. Like,
maybe.
So that's why you have to diversify and get yourself out there.
New Balance sneakers came in that trash Helpsy box. I am not a fan of Helpsy, but they did sell finally for $34 on Posh. You guys will have seen that. These Lululemon Wonder Under Heathered leggings. These were my own. Don't know where I got them. Probably got them originally at a buy sell trade store or yeah. So they sold on Poshmark for $31. And they were a crop, I'm pretty sure, yeah. All right, these Converse, it was a 2-pair bundle. I had no idea how much Converse actually cost until just recently. I remember packaging
these up for you.
Converse are $65 for a solid pair, like a solid color. But my girls always have loved them. My son loved them, but I always got them at the thrift store or Once Upon a Child. And it wasn't until we needed them for dance last year that my older daughter had outgrown the kid sizes, and I just could not find black Converse, which is like the most common, at any place, and I had to buy them brand new before. Yeah. So anyway, I decided that all of our Converse, even if they were beat up, I'm going to list them because moms like me, I was looking on the secondhand market and could not find what I needed. This was 2 pairs. These were my own kids' shoes. They probably were passed down between at least 2 of them. A lot of them went through my son and both girls. Mm-hmm. So these sold on Mercari for $30. So $15 a pair for somebody was great. Good. So yeah. I made a $26.16 profit, and that's still for sure definitely more than I paid for 2 pairs when I originally bought them. So list your kids' stuff even if they're not in perfect shape. All right, these natives were I think they were Disney. Native Disney, men's 7, women's 9, came from Goodwill. I had $6 into them. They sold on Posh for $28. It's not a what sold video unless I sell a pair of natives. I say that every time because I literally sell natives. Those weren't kids, but they were native Jeffersons. You know the ones.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right, these Rika Rerun white sneakers. My mother-in-law gives me stuff often. Hey, sell these, don't eat these, whatever. So I tell everyone in my family knows, before you take stuff to the thrift store, let me have it. See if I can do something with it. Sometimes it just goes to the buy sell trade store or whatever, but so I had nothing into these. They sold on Poshmark for $26. So thank you, Granny, for an extra $20.80 in my pocket. All right, this Disney Star Wars shirt, I got at a local sale for $1, sold on eBay for $26. These Melissa, like mini Melissa, but these were just Melissa because they were women's. They were black flats, a tortoise shell color. These came from one of those kids sales that also sells women's and men's clothes at Travels. They come twice a year. This one was
at the churches.
The kids sale is what it's called. So I did have $12.25 into these. My cost of goods was much higher for this because I do buy a lot of personal items and I'm willing to pay up for the Vineyard Vines, the Lily Pulitzer. So at $12 a piece, so that's just what I do. But they sold for $25 on Posh. So even given that that's not what I actually paid for those, I probably paid $5. I still walked away with a $7.75 profit. Okay. And all the stuff I get for my kids at those sales are all higher end brands that I'm going to end up selling later anyway. Another Disney Parks Pocahontas brown shirt. Usually I take this type of stuff to Plato's, but this was cool. Like, I love Pocahontas. To me, you don't see that often. It's not, you see Ariel and you see Belle, but you don't really see Pocahontas. I picked this up from the bins. My average cost of goods that day was $2. Sold on Mercari for $25. So definitely more. I made $19.91 after my cost of goods and fees, and that's definitely more. Plato's I would have averaged around $3. So these Cacique, I learned my lesson. I'm not buying swim separates anymore unless it's like a super high-end brand. These took a really long time to sell. Well, I'm noticing I picked them up in January, but they sat through the whole summer, actually. they sat for a year. I had $2.65 into them. They did finally sell on Posh. It was Classique, these swim bottoms. They were a plus size, neon pink. That's why I got them probably. They sold for $22. I'm obsessed with neon pink, so that's probably why I bought them. All right, these Vineyard Vines swim trunks. I picked these up at Once Upon a Child. I had 85 cents cost of goods that day. Now these I did a PayPal sale, and I don't know if it was a viewer. If it was, thank you. But somebody messaged me on my Facebook. So I don't know if maybe somebody found me from the platforms and looked me up on Facebook. I think it's more likely that it was a viewer, but they didn't say they were. So anyway.
So they just reached out to you on Facebook. They're like, hey, I want to buy this item.
Yeah, and I scoped out their page. They looked legit. Like they said, hey, hope this isn't weird or something, but I want these. Can you do it off platform so you can make more profit and I can pay less and not pay as much in shipping? Whatever it was. Okay. I said yes. It did.
So that's a thing, though.
I mean, I don't make a habit of it, but she sent the money to me, friends and family, which means that there was no fees taken out instead of the goods and services. So she sent me $22.
Because you could have ran with that and she wouldn't be able to get a refund or anything.
Right. So mutually, it was fine. Yeah, it's extra work on my end. Yes. I mean, I used Pirate Ship to do it. So it's out of my norm of process. But whenever I have had YouTube viewers, reach out and ask to buy stuff, and I.
Oh, like off these videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like to do that just because, like, first of all, maybe I missed their message. It's just, it's not that it's the extra work or that I don't want to give people a deal. It's that I'm just so scatterbrained and like.
We have a lot going on.
Yeah. All right. These Torrid Cheetah jeans, definitely something I didn't need to pick up, but I picked them up in June of 2022 before I knew better and picking up patterned anything. They were in excellent condition. They were a great size. They were Torrid, but they were cheetah print. I did pay $7.41 for them, and they sold finally for $21. So finally, and they made my top 20.
Still made the top 20.
All right, Disney parks. I live in Orlando, right? This sometimes my top 20 and all the sales are over 50, but we're not going to complain about a sale. This Disney Parks Minnie Mouse Girls Hawaiian Bikini came from Once Upon a Child. I had $5 into it, sold for $21 on eBay. And this Victoria's Secret pink thin strap dress, this came in a thread up 400. It wasn't really 400 pounds, but I accidentally ordered 200 pounds one time. Remember when I had those 8 boxes show up?
Yes.
At one time?
Yes.
Yeah. So I had $5.07. I listed this during Barbie Core, and it took that long. It never sold. But I was shocked. Someone sent me a $20 offer. I'm like, yes, ma'am, please take this. All right, those were my top. Let's do my worst 5. And by worst, I mean my lowest sales. Come on, sort sheet. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So through this one. Okay. I sold this JanSport pineapple mini backpack, but this is still a decent sale. Actually, you know what I should do instead?
Go buy your net?
I'm going to go buy the last one. So I have a spreadsheet that I have my gross profit, net profit, cost of goods, whatever. My final column is my take home. So that's what we're going to do. So this Disney Parks gray, it was a kid size extra large. And so I only listed it for not a lot because I didn't know what size it was. And the kid size chart wasn't helping. I think it was really old. I paid $2 for it at Goodwill. I don't even have a date as to when I bought it, which means it was prior to 2021. That's how long it's been in my inventory. But it finally sold on eBay for $13.16. So my profit was $4.56. So that was my worst sale of January, which, hey, $4.50, what's that going to buy me?
Nothing.
Right? I was going to say lunch.
But not.
Hey, the new McDonald's meals are $5. So almost. All right, this Janie and Jack button-down bundle. I had $2 into this, but this is something, I loved it, so I wanted to list it. I absolutely could have taken these to Once Upon a Child. If it was today, I would have taken these to Once Upon a Child. Here they are. They were size 2T. They were just adorable. These came out of a thread-up 50-pound kids box where I had $2 into the 2 items. And I used to try to list the best of the best because I wanted to I don't know. These days, I list like nothing, like 2 or 3 items. Okay. Anyway, this is one from 2 years ago. Right. So sold for $12 on Posh. I made $7.05. All right, this Ethica orange bralette. Again, I've had it for years. It came in a fun box. I had $4 into it. I did not source this myself. It came in a thread up mystery box, and which a lot of my items, as you've heard me say, have. I don't really purchase many of those anymore. I am more of a bins sourcer now, bins and the buy sell trade stores. This sold for $14. We already went over the Melissa flats because my cost of goods was so high because of the particular type of sale it was. So this pineapple JanSport backpack, miniature backpack, came from the bins. I had less than $1 into it, sold for $12. So really that wasn't a terrible flip, but maybe you're not someone that wants to sell stuff for $12. And then we will end this. Oh, this is a great one. I had my first ever, and I've only had 2, Curtsy sales. Curtsy, I do have a referral link. I think you get a coupon if you use it. But the cool thing is that it links with Poshmark, and so I do 0 work on the platform. I send offers sometimes. They don't really seem to help. I have made 2 sales. I've been doing it since December. But when you link it, if you list women's items, it automatically every 12 hours refreshes. And if you've sold something, it removes it. And if you've listed new, it adds. So it does all the list. There's no cross listing involved. It cross lists on its own. Right. There's just a button that you push inside the Curtsy app. So this We the Free striped tee I've had since January 4th of 2022. Yeah, 3 years. Paid $3 for it. I remember when I made the switch from selling mostly kids items to adding in women's items, I paid $3 because, it's free, people. Sold for $19 on Curtsy. And that must include shipping because my take-home pay, I made $11.55 from the app, but then after it was all said and done, I made $8.55 in profit. So, yeah. All right, that was my worst 5 and my top 20. So, hopefully this video will be out later today. That's my goal. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, I'd like to get it out today. I appreciate you guys, and stay tuned. I filmed a bins haul for you that will be coming out probably early next week. I'm going to try to get back to putting out 2 videos a week. I'm not promising because I've already said that once this year, but I did finally make it to the bins, and so I will have a bins haul for you. And then I am trying out my new video thing. This will be coming. Hopefully you guys are interested. I separated out the Once Upon a Child Style Encore and Play-Dohs items, and we have filmed those separately, and I'll go to the bins one more time and add to those, and then we will do the buy sell trade stores together. You'll see exactly what I bought, exactly what they take, and I have my exact cost of goods for the items, which is new. I didn't used to do that. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I also have a regular Goodwill haul coming out. I'm going to go ahead and warn you, this video comes out first. The next 5 videos, at least for the intro, we're wearing the same stuff because we have spent the last 2.5 hours filming. All day. Yep. Now I get to clean up the mess that is filming 7 YouTube videos. But I appreciate you guys truly so much. Thank you for sticking with me, even though I'm not the most consistent. Don't have any fancy cameras. You should see my setup.
I love you because you're real.
Yes.
Authentic.
I mean, yeah. And okay, side note, reselling part's done. See you later. Okay, anybody, I'm going to be 40 this year. My ear has been like burning, like itching, whatever. And I feel like I saw somebody say that like when they hit menopause or like when that was a thing.
This is the first I've heard of this.
I haven't told you. It's been like 3 days now. I just keep fooling with my ear because it's like the weirdest. I don't know. Has anybody else ever had that? Maybe I need to go see a doctor. I don't know. Could be completely unrelated, but I feel like. I never felt that. But you're not a female with hormones. I feel like I saw on TikTok or Reels. I don't really watch. I don't know. I feel like I saw that it's a thing. Like, oh my gosh.
Google says you're gonna die.
I still have 4 months before my birthday, but it's like a worm or I don't know. All right, so let me know. You know, it's
just tugging and pinching. Like my ear hurts.
Thanks, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.